Live now. Yeah. Yeah, we're not we're on the offline thing right now. We should be. And then uh watch this. Alrighty. We're going back into the thingy. We're going to the main thingy now. Alright, three. I'm gonna wait for you to finish. Okay. 3, 2, 1. Hello, Oath. Time for episode 2, season 2 of the Re-Oath podcast. I'm here with my partner, Lion Gamer, and here we're going to discuss both about tomorrow at finals and also the Overwatch finals as well. Yeah, I'm really excited because I love LAN events. LAN events are probably my favorite things to do. Um, that's like when I go crazy, go wild. That's like my natural habitat, I swear. Mhm. It's just a different environment. Yeah, yeah. Like you just make connections with your teammates so much better. I don't know. Like I unlock something that's inside of me that I don't have when I'm at home, and I play out of my mind. uh, well, so the first thing that we're gonna talk about is basically what you're gonna supposed to bring to finals, and so that would be peripherals, so like mouse, keyboard, mouse pads. Go ahead. Oh, my bad.
I don't know what's going on.
My bad. So I they should be able to hear him now, but
Can you guys hear me now?
yeah, they should be able to.
I'm waiting for the people's approval.
That's on me. All right, it's fixed. I gotta. My friend texted me, but basically, what the players are supposed to bring tomorrow are their peripherals. That being headset. So there's two things that you can do with a headset. If you have a wireless headset, you need to have a like an adapter for the two wires that are like headsets, the microphone and the headphones. You have an adapter to go to a USB, so that way you can do it all just as a USB device. And then also you're gonna need your mouse and keyboard, of course, fully charged if they're wireless, charging cable maybe, and then mouse pad for maybe if you're
Yeah,
I don't know
you're just built
stingy.
like that.
Yeah,
Yeah, I have to bring one of my mouse pads for my friends anyway. It's
yeah,
it. I had to pull out all my mouse pads to like 3 of them. It was so funny. So I
yeah.
like,
Let them breathe a little bit.
bro, I get when you start with mouse pads, you get picky. You're like, oh, this one's too
Yeah.
slow. This one's too fast. This one's too rough. This one's too soft.
Mhm. I haven't really had that problem. I use a mouse pad at school. We game there a lot. I don't even have a mouse pad. I use a table.
What?
It's hard, but it's not my mouse. I mean, it's not
That's crazy.
yeah, it's not too
I
bad.
can't stand it. If it's like if the surface is too slow or too fast, I lose my
It's not
mind.
that bad actually. But the reason why, because the mouse pads that we have are about like this big, and they
Oh my
don't
god.
stick to the table. Like you move your mouse around, they just don't stay still, and it's
Or
annoying.
just move with the
Yeah,
mouse.
exactly. So it's not even a mouse pad.
That's
It's
so
just an
funny.
yeah.
Yeah.
Other things that you could do before finals is get your account ready because you're going to be signing into a different PC than your home PC. So you're going to know your password, your email, um, stuff like that. We will have jerseys there for you. So once you kind of check in, there should be like a front like table before you get into the arena, and you can get your jerseys there. Um, but no lunch is provided, uh,
No.
sadly.
I'm gonna go
But
hungry.
Yeah, you can bring your own food and drinks. So
I don't have food.
Yeah, you could bring like a sandwich or whatever, pack your own lunch or whatever. Where you're in Oklahoma City, so there's a bunch of restaurants nearby, gas stations if you want,
McDonald's.
whatever. Yeah, I'll be bringing my G Fuel. Hashtag not sponsored,
God,
but yeah, I do have some G Fuel I'm gonna be
disgusting.
bringing.
Bro, I'm keeping any drink away from me that has any caffeine.
Why not? What's
I'm keeping my system clean, man, from that stuff. I'm not even gonna. I get either like I don't drink a ton of caffeine, but when I do feel like I gain a bit more energy than I need.
Yeah.
Uh,
And you're just sitting there in a chair. You're not like using it for anything like real. You're
yeah,
staring into a screen. So I don't know.
making
I have
sure
to
I am
use
ready for
caffeine to feel
tomorrow.
my headaches.
To feel your
Sometimes.
headaches? Do you not? Don't you normally not want to feel your headaches?
Yeah, you don't want to feel your headaches. So no, I gotta like use caffeine to not feel. You know what I mean?
Oh, if I say use them to feel them, I was like,
Oh my
excuse
bad.
me?
Misspelled it.
How insane are you?
I am insane. So we don't need to talk about
Word.
that. All right. So the first topic that we have that I have on the agenda would be uh, is there a land buff? You know, we kind of talked about it a
Yes.
little bit.
Yes. Yes. Yes.
So how do you think
You
that
want to
can
explain it?
how do you think that can affect somebody playing at a
Okay.
LAN versus playing at home?
So at least for most people who play games, really any game, pretty much, like you have a crowd, you have expectations, you have the other team to your side or right in front of you. There's more variables than playing in your bedroom and it's not familiar. But the reality is, like, some people just straight up strive in those spaces because, like, they don't even focus on any of the negatives at all, possibly. Or does negatives turn into positives? Like, they got their team by their side. They're in person. They have a crowd to play for.
Hmm.
Like they went out of their way to do something really more special than most. Like they're gonna make their time worth it. People want to make their time worth it. Like
Yeah.
some people just are built different on land,
Yeah.
and I feel like it's for certain reasons and like more personal reasons of why they're so good. They have that feeling inside them that they need to do more or they want to do more or they're just feeling really good
Hmm.
from the positives and they end up playing better than they would normally at home.
Do you know any land animals? Land animals?
I'm one, that's guaranteed. I'm trying to think. I know Ubity from last season was cooking
You
on
for sure
land
was
more
a
than
land animal.
normal.
Yeah.
Uh, Hurricane's a land animal from
Yeah.
Overwatch. I
Man
don't think he
kills
plays
5 on
anymore.
land. No,
Bro, that
the
guy is lunatic.
yeah. Okay, one of the
I'll
cool
pull
things
out the video like that.
about LAN is both no ping because you're playing right next to each other, and
Or it's
so
equal ping.
yeah, equal ping, like 11 ping, 11 millisecond ping, whatever. Um, and so you're not instead of playing at like 50 or 70, like I do at home, I get to play it on 11, and I love playing, like Tracer on like 11 ping. It's so much
You
fun
have 11 ping on Overwatch?
on LAN. Yeah,
On land?
on
Yes.
LAN.
Okay. If I'm at home, like, bro.
It's so. Have you ever played like
No, I've always played on like 40 ping. I've never
Just
gotten to play lower.
so imagine all those times that you blink on your screen, but you get so you blink and then you get sent back. There's none of that ever. It's
God,
consistently like always
ever.
on. I don't know.
It's crazy. It bugs me so bad. I'll be wrapping around a corner and then I get tapped by something on the
Yeah.
shoulder.
There's none of that. It's
It's
all yeah
crazy.
even. Another cool thing about LAN, yeah, like you said, is a crowd. For me personally, I like hyping up the crowd if they're like right there. But most of the lands that I've been at, there's a crowd. But I've been to a couple lands where there wasn't, and you're kind of just playing next to your team or whatever. And I really like the connection of being able to give fist bumps to your teammate or whatever. Uh, you win a fight or
Yeah.
whatever. You're like nice. You're right next to each other.
It's different. It's
Yeah,
not you don't have to give them virtual hugs and fist bumps. They're
yeah.
right there. Just get up
And you get
and
to see their emotions, their expressions. You can kind of see it if they're
those are the
thinking.
best part.
Yeah, you look over and
Those
they're
are
like,
the funniest. You're just looking at them and they're just it's like flabbergasted by some random thing.
yeah. Make a
So
funny joke.
fun.
You look over at them across the room, and they're just
Yeah.
confused.
There's already so many random stuff my team for Valorant does. Like, I
Yeah,
can only imagine how more absurd we're gonna be on LAN.
yeah. I love
There's
silly.
a freaking cat in our freaking VC every time. Not a real cat, just like some humanoid cat person. I don't know who it is.
That's
Every game.
that's odd. Anyways, do you have any in the past finals that you've been at? Do you have any funny or memorable stories from finals?
I feel like it was the crowd every time. Like, especially first finals. I remember when me and you played on team.
Mhm.
That was my first finals. It was back in fall 2021. That's forever ago. Jesus, I'm old. Uh, but I remember that was like the crowd there was so amazing. Even not even just for our team, but like for every team.
Yeah.
Like the big thing every time I remember is just the crowd and like the moments. Like they all kind of blend in when I think about them. But like whether it's a clutch for a Valorant game or some team fight or just in general the crowd in general, it's always the crowd I remember
Yeah. I remember the
for every single
cowbell.
one. The cowbell.
Whoever brought the
We're bringing
cowbell.
back the cowbell, by the way.
Oh yeah.
We're gonna bring the cowbell every ace. Okay,
That's gonna be sick.
more cowbell.
I
I
think
need more
one of
cowbell.
the coolest memories that I have is because Chicken Joe, our coach at the time,
Yeah,
recorded the kind of the moments whenever we won,
dude, I was
and
yeah.
it
I
was
have
like a
that saved to
close
my
match too,
phone.
and so everybody was like on the edge of their seat, and the game ended, everybody like stands up and like comes forward, and everyone's like screaming and yelling. It was so good. And
Yeah,
I go over there and I like hug Chicken Joe. It was great. It was
I
great.
have that video saved to my phone. It's sick.
Yeah, I was
I
just
love that
slamming my
video.
hand into his back.
I need to make sure someone gets that for Valorant and Overwatch. That should be just like I need to write that down. That should be a staple of Oath. That winning moment for the teams. Like
Mhm.
someone should get that every finals, lucky.
Yeah. But kind of on the the sadder note of land is, to me, I lose harder on land too.
It always
You win
harder.
big, you lose hard. You know what I mean? You got a
Yeah.
lot of like expectations. You got a crowd to please. You got you got confidence in yourself that you can do it, and then you don't. You're just really like disappointed in yourself, and so I also kind of get
Yeah.
down. Once you lose a land, but
It
for the
happens.
yeah,
But quite a few
because
people do take it in stride.
yeah, you gotta
They're
kind
able to
of.
take a loss gracefully or win big.
Mhm. It's hard to be competitive and wanting to win really badly and then lose really, and then not really wanting to lose as well. So
It's
yeah,
all it is. There has to be a winner, has to be a loser. Life is life. I don't know. It all goes on.
yeah.
I've lost plenty of times to know.
Mhm.
But like when you win, cherish it when you got it. It's the stuff. It's the stuff.
So kind of on a different note, but kind of in the same area of like esports, right? So we had a LAN the other week with World Cup. That went really
Mhm.
well, um, and the crowd was really good there. But one of the things that went into my mind was, is it better to do a country system of USA versus China or whatever, or would it better to have a franchising of the Atlanta Rain, the Dallas Fuel, or whatever, or is it better to do like a open circuit kind of thing, like how Counter Strike does it or Valorant does it, and like those kind of things where it's more of region based,
Yeah.
where there's lots of different teams that can enter and leave depending on their skill level. What do you think?
I still think the open circuit or the franchising system's probably the way.
Also,
I
Khalid.
think franchising will be the way once mainstream appeal for esports is like guaranteed. There
Yeah,
is mainstream appeal, but it's not guaranteed. But I feel like something I've realized with esports is, like Valorant right now, how it's so diverse in all its player base.
yeah,
That's something I want to see more of, and I feel like franchise is gonna be a really good way to do it. Like I'm gonna rep my city or I'm gonna rep my nationalities. I want to see more of that kind of thing with the sport in general. Like, which I love it. Like I love rooting for my country or my team or like different nationalities. I want to see more stuff like that because I feel like esports is going to succeed when you're rooting for like not just a player or just a team, just
Yeah.
like
Uh,
your place, your
the
people, you know?
the downside of that also is in franchising, if you don't have a team nearby, it's kind of hard to grasp
Yeah,
onto something. And so, if you live in the
feel
middle of
that.
Oklahoma, like most of the people on Oath, there's not really an Overwatch League team or a Valorant team that
The
are
Oklahoma
local.
Fuel, yeah, we don't
Yeah,
got that.
there's not anything that you can do. So you're either a Dallas fan or you're a Houston fan, but there's no obvious choice, right? And so it kind
Yeah,
of goes on which one you like better, which players do you like more, like whatever. It kind of, uh, and so that's kind of the downside of franchising. If you don't have something nearby, or if you don't have an obvious connection to a team, then you really won't have something to root for, obviously.
yeah. Which
And
is where I
so,
feel like the open circuit's better having these teams that are not, oh, this isn't the team for this city or this country
yeah,
or anything really. Because then you have the different players for different nationalities. And I think that's also really great because like, yeah, and also like it doesn't have to be like World Cup where it's just one nation's players. It could be anyone,
yeah.
which I think's
I think
better overall.
an esport that has done open circuit really, really well is Counter Strike. That,
Yeah,
of course, has happened over the course of like 10, 20
ever.
years. Yeah.
Yeah,
But they have developed this team slowly, slowly, and they've built up all of these gigantic, big orgs that have been in the scene for ages. And they have like a lot of say. And it's kind of like the same thing in the Overwatch League where they have the same teams every year. But basically, these teams are the same thing every year because they sign the players, but you also get to see these tier two teams come in and play really well, and sometimes they win. And that I think that's the
yeah,
coolest part is that's how you get big names. Is you've already got these set in stone teams like Fnatic, Navi, 100 Thieves, G2, all of these big esport organizations, and then you got the underdogs that come in out of nowhere, and they are really stinking good, and that's how you get fans. That's how you sign a
yeah,
really not well known roster, and they're crazy nuts, and they just take over the whole scene, and then that's how you get to be on the same level of Fnatic or Liquid or uh, Phase or whatever. It's not.
yeah. It's just a really good ebb and flow
Yeah,
between teams. I always love like Valorant's a really good example. Like Evil Genius is supposed to be the worst team. No one liked them.
yeah,
Maybe five fans like to winning everything and being a favorite. Like
yeah,
those kind of ebb and flows in sports in general are always really exciting. I feel like that's gonna be it's always gonna be something that sport needs to succeed. I feel like
yeah.
can't just be the best team being the best team all the time. Got to have that competition.
Is it? I think like you said, the ebb and flow of teams going in and out is also a great part of
Yeah,
open circuit. Is because if your team is bad, you don't play in the tournament, right? You don't get invited or whatever. But if your team is
yeah.
good, you prove it, and then you get to play on the big stage. And so if your team is
That
bad,
that's
you're
just
not.
how it should work.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's not
It's
like
not, "Oh,
a.
I got a paycheck from this company or
Yeah,
whatever. I get to play."
it's kind of like the past couple seasons. You've got the teams, the rosters that are wanting to not spend as much money as a San Francisco Shock or an Atlanta Reign or the big orgs
Yeah.
that are always spending money on rosters. And so they're trying to save money, and they're never going to have a good roster because they're never willing, but they're stuck, right? They can't leave. They signed a contract, and so their team legally can't leave, but they have to sign a roster anyways. And so
Yeah.
instead, you have to have open circuit, and so they're not bound by any means to this org, but the players are, and so you sign these players, and they get to leave and stay depending on how well you're doing, uh, and so it kind of just
It
depends on.
flows better.
Yeah, I think it feels a lot better.
Yeah.
There's a lot more orgs get to play, and a lot more players get to play it too.
Yeah. Like, at that point, it's just a matter of, like, do people want to play? And
Hmm.
that's what should be important. Do
Yeah.
people want to play? Do people wanna watch? Do anything?
So,
Yeah.
what do you think about the collegiate scene though? The collegiate scene has been kind of rising now that the Overwatch
It's
League
getting
is.
better. Yeah. It's a Wild West still, at least from my point of view. I have never dabbled heavily in collegiate, but when I have, it's like it was like it's like been very Wild West. There's not been like top teams yet in collegiate, but like
Yeah.
it's getting better. I'm seeing the potential, which is exciting. I think it's gonna probably be a year or two more till I'm like, at least for me personally, it's gonna be a year or two more where I'm like, oh, this is actually good.
Yeah.
This is actually something I'd be interested in almost.
Yeah. There's not enough powerhouses in the collegiate scene that I know of um, to kind of make the whole collegiate scene good. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Uh,
And then there's plenty of collegiate teams that shouldn't be teams, and I know
yeah.
I've known because I have too many people I've known or teammates that have complained like so much about the system that
Yeah.
their colleges have had, and then others are like amazing. That's how you should do it.
Yeah.
That's how sports for this should be done.
Yeah. I think the benefit of going to a college and then having an esports program and taking off money off your tuition because you got a scholarship for the esports is a great idea, and I'm super glad that that's a thing.
Yeah.
But is it the main path for Overwatch esports or Valorant esports or whatever, or esports as a whole? I don't know. I think there's a
Yeah.
chance, kind of like how the NFL and NBA they do that completely fine, and it works really great because most people are from the states. But if you're not from the U.S., then you don't get to go to like college in America, and you might not get the same path to pro.
Yeah. I feel like the companies like that own Valorant and Blizzard, not Blizzard, Overwatch could do it. I think it's just a matter of working with colleges and making it more official. Because like I think that's a really good idea what the NBA and NFL and all that have done with collegiate and that system to build up. Like there's very few players in the collegiate right now that have made it to the pro level in any of these games. Like
There are,
right now, collegiate's turning into a retirement home for pro players, which is an issue. I don't
yeah,
like that idea.
you know, uh, after being in the league for so long, you kind of skip college to be in the league. Why not go back to college and play on an Overwatch and play on a
Yeah, Dante
competitive
from
team?
Overwatch League.
Yeah, why not
Yeah,
get a degree so after you're done playing Overwatch, you can go get a job somewhere else?
yeah,
Because most likely you're probably not going to be playing in Overwatch League until you retire.
yeah. That'd be insane. Someone goes from like 18 to 40 playing Overwatch League. That'd be funny.
Have you been playing the new Fortnite stuff recently? OG
No, I
Fortnite?
haven't. I need to. Dude,
I've
I remember back in my day when I played Fortnite.
I was not a Fortnite player, man. I
Dude, that's what I played before Overwatch. Pretty much, that was my stuff, man.
Can you
Play with
crank
my friend
90s?
every morning. Huh? Still not as good as I used to. I don't know how I was so good at it. I was a nutcase, man. I was crazy at that game. I was
You're one of those 8-year-olds. Oh, and
I was
well,
one of those 9-year-olds
yeah,
cranking 90s,
yeah.
calling everybody a cheater and having the highest sensitivity possible. I
Preach.
remember me and my friend would call every person we died to a cheater pretty much. Oh, they're aim hacking. Oh, they're seeing us for walls. So funny.
Yeah, I
That
think
was the
Fortnite
beginning
for
of my
me.
competitiveness.
I didn't really watch too much Fortnite or play too much Fortnite, but I knew it was like a big thing. But now Fortnite, from what I've heard, is mainly just people who were born in the same year that Fortnite was released are playing it, and they're really good.
Yeah.
And so, like, imagine going back to the game that you played 3 or 4 years ago, and it's being ran by a bunch of eight year olds, and they're cranking
It's
90s and they're
funny.
building the.
It's
They're
really funny though, because like I just have really awful aim and I have aims. Like I just let them build, and then the second they get antsy and want to drop on me, I just let them and I just hit the headshot every time. It's
yeah,
so funny.
they
It
they
makes me
can
feel
build,
so
yeah,
bad. Like they put hours and hours on end, and I'm just hitting them in the face.
yeah. You can build, but can you aim? Um,
Yeah.
I think uh, the most. I think the zero build part of Fortnite is really fun. I did play a little bit of that a while back. Um, but I think Fortnite's truth form is building.
Having the building.
I
Yeah.
think having
That's
that
that's the
skill,
skill cap.
yeah,
I see why no one likes it, but I love it.
yeah,
It's a
I
skill
think,
cap makes the game harder.
yeah, picking up that Fortnite build is like being able to build in Fortnite is a cool, like it's kind of cool to have, but the fact that it's a battle royale kind of changes that because battle royales are kind of hard to keep kind of hard to keep trending, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, it's an in and out type thing. It feels like.
So what if Fortnite made a
Oh
new
gosh,
game? It was like an arena shooter, right?
I would play it.
And it was you could build and stuff. Like what if it was that?
Fortnite, but Quake.
Yeah, that'd be cool. I think that'd be cool.
Fun.
It's that way you aren't playing a BR and it kind of relies on luck, but you're also expressing how much skill you have and being able to build and stuff like that.
Yeah, dude, Fortnite's just fun. I need to get on, man. I need to land at Loot Lake or Tilted Towers, take over Tilted Towers with the boys.
Yeah.
I remember that. That was so fun.
Yeah. I didn't have
Oh,
like any land spots because I never really played it. You know what I mean? So
dude,
I
yeah. No,
know
we got we
some.
gotta play like this coming week,
We
man.
gotta have
After
an oath
finals.
Fortnite event.
Oh, Fortnite party. I don't know.
Yeah, that sounds kind of cool. But I'd rather
Yeah.
kind of rather play Minecraft survival games with oath.
Can we
That'd
do
be
like a Fortnite dance competition at the finals? We're
no.
running it.
I don't want to
Okay.
do that. I don't
No,
want to
I
do that.
want to do it, man. I want to see people hitting
Everybody's
the
just gonna be
gritty, taking the
flossing. They're gonna
flossing,
try to do the
orange
best.
justicing. I don't know, man. Bro, I love Fortnite. I want to play Fortnite. Oh god, I have to go to bed today though. That's crazy.
Yeah. So at finals tomorrow, who do you think is the biggest threat on land?
Me. Just kidding.
All right, man.
I don't know.
You're the most humble person I know. You know that?
Yeah,
You are so humble.
most of the time, yeah.
You're, you always put other people, above you.
Yeah, I would say I'm trying to put. Do what I got like through every team, like the star player I would think
Watch
about.
out for.
Yeah,
Yeah, sure.
okay. Let me pull up the roster real quick just so I don't say anything stupid.
Yeah.
Okay, so with Valorant, I already know. So on Ace, it's Athena. If you've not looked at the stats, well, you better
I'm
because
looking at just like
Athena,
seconds.
she's a freaking.
I've seen some
I don't
clips.
even
I've
know.
been making the community montage, and she
Yeah.
sent some clips in.
Oh,
You know what I
where's
mean?
another
Like,
one?
yeah. I know Dolly's a freak though. He's
Valerie's good too.
yeah.
Partner in crime right there, doing
I
the same thing.
challenged Zodicus to a 1v1 last night. Bro, he he got into lobby and his game instantly crashed. Like we started
Nice.
over, he crashed again. So I guess he kind of just like forfeited.
Nice. Nice.
It's really funny.
But I think Athena on Ace, better watch. Everyone better watch out for. She's been playing amazing.
Mhm.
3.09 kill assist to death ratio
Oh
right
well,
now, which is insane. What's the assist? How many assists does she have?
what?
145, and she has 167 kills. That's not normal. That's all I'm saying. On checkmate, I would say Kydex or Kale
Why
are
your
gonna
brother?
be. Uh, okay, maybe. I like come on. I gotta give him. He gotta show me it, man. I'm just giving him a hard time. Maybe
Yeah,
like he
I
gotta
say
show me it.
probably
Lucky,
more
lucky.
Kydex. I would say, from what I
Kai
can tell from the
has put up
stats.
the numbers. He's always played well.
Yeah, I
Like
think he's a
no matter
really
what he
consistent
plays.
player. And I think he always does his job and he fulfills the role really well. I think he's a all around really good player.
Yeah. Let's say on Vandals, it would easily be Pydros. He's how many clutches does he have? I wonder. I don't think that's a stat here, but Pydros is always solid player, and like the amount of rounds I've seen him clutch is a little absurd.
Yeah,
Like and I'm really curious if he's gonna get that land buff. I feel like he could
that'd
be
be
that kind of
cool. That'd
player.
be really really cool.
Yeah, and then on my team, typicality, obviously, Coop as well. Technically, I don't know. Coop could be an animal too.
Yeah,
I don't know.
your
I
roster
either
looks
these two
really
could be
really good.
animals, but those two are people to look out for, I guess, on my team. Those guys are nutty. I love them. Best teammates NA. Lucky.
So we're gonna go through the stat leaders
Yeah.
of a couple of the roles. Um, so like KDA kills per game, lowest deaths per game.
Yeah.
And I'm kind of seeing like a trend of certain players being at the top. So for best KDA, we have Athena with 3 kills per 1 death. And then the next would be typicality at 2.66 per one death. And so this is like the average of how many times,
Hmm.
not per round, but per time, every time that they die.
Yeah.
I didn't even know we had these stats things
Yeah,
until
we
I
had
saw.
these stats, man. You don't know?
This
You
is
didn't see
cool.
that?
I really like this. I like
Yeah, I didn't know we were keeping track of it. I know we had stats. I didn't think we were gonna like release it like this too.
yeah. I think that allows for a lot more, kind of see who's consistently doing a lot, even if they're not, being extremely flashy, but they're, consistently, getting a lot of assists, getting a lot of kills per game. They're getting a lot of, they're not dying a lot. They're, um, I don't know, they just have a good combat score or whatever.
Yeah.
They're getting a lot of first bloods, just stuff like that.
Yeah. Do you want to go over the players to look out for Overwatch?
Sure.
Okay, so I think with Havoc, it would easily for me be Jubles. I think Jubles is easily a really good tank. I think Jubles is gonna have a lot of potential to carry like some fights as a player.
Yeah.
It's
I
just a
think
matter of seeing it. That's my question. Also, Jubles apparently has 22. No, 1, 2. Okay, I can't read.
her hero pool.
229,000 damage, apparently. I think that's the highest right now. How does Jubles
Oh
have
my gosh, that is a lot of
229?
damage. You're right.
What?
But
That's
one of the cool things
229,000.
about Jubles is her hero pool is massive. I think she plays basically
Yeah,
every single tank except Winston and Doomfist. And I think she
probably.
plays them all at like a
Yeah.
really really good level. And so it
Wait, who's
isn't really
playing Winston?
what
Is anyone playing Winston?
I don't know, but I hope
Bro, I
so.
need someone to play Winston. I haven't
Yeah.
seen Winston.
If you're
I need my
watching
Winston.
this, play
If you
Winston.
play Winston at finals, anyone watching this, I
I'll give you a
will
hug
I will
and a high
give you a
five.
bear hug. Yeah.
Yeah, for both me and Lion.
Yeah.
So
All
what
right.
about Croutons? Who is the uh, ace on
I would
Croutons?
say it'd probably be Glitch Pixel. So I realized Glitch Pixel was on support last year, I think. So they've kind of been flexing, but whatever role Pixel's played so far, it's been really solid.
Mhm.
So I really like to see them keep it up and
I think he's
keep like
played both.
yeah,
Um,
both. I think.
both tank and I think he's made a mid-season swap.
I don't know if they're gonna stick it or if they're gonna like flex based on certain conditions.
Oh, that I think
But
that strategy
yeah,
is pretty cool. Being at
yeah,
finals because that was one of the things that when I was on Croutons is we made a swap me on support and then Hurricane onto damage and then
yeah. I just
Exotic onto
remember that.
tank and we just ran up Nano Blade and we
Nano
made it to
Blade
up
everyone to
six.
death. Yeah,
Yeah,
I remember that, dude. That was scary.
yeah. Hurricane like killed 6 every single fight. It was he had
I was losing. I watched every one of those fights. Like, cool. Blade. Oh, another blade. Another blade. Cool.
yeah.
Every fight. Every.
But what about Ember? What is your who am I looking out for on Ember?
I would say I'm kind of split between Gabe or Crowvoid.
Mhm.
I would say probably Gabe as a tank. No, no bias here. Definitely no bias. But
Every single person we've picked so far has been playing tank.
okay, look, there's a reason.
Yeah,
Don't worry. We're gonna have a switch up on Glitch. Promise. But with Gabe, I feel like Gabe's gonna have the most impact. Change fights as a tank
for
and
sure.
as a player. I know Gabe's pretty decent.
He's a
I
really
have
good
faith in him.
leader, and the heroes that he's good at. He is really good at. I think you're right about him having a lot of
Yeah. He also
impact on
has.
fights.
I think he also has the most experience right now out of any of the players on the league teams. Well,
Maybe,
probably tied up with Jubles actually. Never
yeah.
mind. Yeah.
I'm
So now
looking
with
through.
Glitch,
I
I
think
would say Power Kill would probably be
for sure. I
the
don't
player
think
to look out
there's
for in Glitch.
anybody else that you could
My man
pick.
kills everything. I
Yeah.
swear. My
Uh,
man kills everything. He takes what he gets and he makes something out of it every time.
I'm gonna look through and see who has the highest. Um, let me see.
Highest what?
KD.
I believe it'd be
Lazy Titan has a really high one, but he's also playing
yeah.
ball all the time. You know what I mean? So just ball players don't die.
Ball moment.
Uh huh.
My God, Dylan on ball. That gives me PTSD every time I think about it.
Yeah,
Oh my God. Uh,
man,
Just
oh man,
croutons fill
those are the
one.
days. Dealing with
See, just
like,
croutons fill one guy on the list.
say
It's
what?
so. Do you see the croutons fill one guy
Yeah,
on the list? It's so random. I'm just like reading all these names right now, and then croutons fill one.
there's two of them. Well, um, so I think we've kind of talked over most of the stuff
Yeah.
that we can talk about today.
Do we want
Um,
to go over predictions of
yeah, sure, we can do that
where
really quickly.
seeding will be? Okay. Do you want to make your predictions for the
I'll do
seeding of everyone
Overwatch
in
and you can do
finals?
Valorant.
You
Or do
want?
you
Let's
want to
do,
do the
let's
other
do
way
both.
around?
I'll start. I'll start. So Valorant, obviously, first got to be Space Moon because that's my team. And if I don't, I will get. I might not come back home that night. I don't know.
What do you mean by that?
my people will be mad at me, bro, if I say we don't win. Okay, we better
Uh,
win.
I would
I know we got
say,
it.
um, I think there might be an upset. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's what
Since
I'm
the standings
wondering.
are leaning towards space mode, I think if Pydros is a Lanimal, then he can do it.
Yeah. My question is, who are the Lanimals here?
Yeah.
Who's gonna do something
Who's
crazy?
gonna show up on their A game? Who's gonna show up feeling it that day? I think that is who is gonna take home the W because these teams are actually really close from what I can tell. Um, everybody is, uh, you know, in the same bracket. I think this is anybody's game. It's not like we have a team with no wins. Um, I
Yeah,
think it's
because
doable. I think it's doable.
yeah, almost every team. I think every team except for our team, Space Mode, has lost to every team.
Yeah,
It's like, yeah, there's potential everywhere.
yeah. So
With Overwatch,
I got Vandal.
yeah, with Overwatch, I'm trying to think. I don't know. I feel like Glitch is gonna win. I feel like Glitch has just been. Glitch is also 7-2, right? Please, let me
Check.
double check for you.
I'm on my way to the Google Doc. So, uh,
It says 6-2. Yeah, they're 6-2.
yeah, I
They're number
think
one seed. They've been playing really well. I feel like they're going to keep the consistency. I think Glitch probably got this in the bag. Okay.
maybe. Let me see that.
Yeah. Uh,
I
I'm
think
really excited.
I think Havoc is a good run though. I think
Yeah.
here's what I'm thinking.
There could be some crazy plays coming out of Havoc. Not gonna lie.
I think if we talked about Manimals, of course. If Power Kill boosts himself up a little, another level at land, then I think Glitch can
It's
take home the
locked
bag.
in.
But if not, I know for a fact that
Yeah.
there are some shenanigans coming out from Havoc because it's Jubles. I know Jubles pretty well. I played on Jubles team. I know they like to cook. Also, my brother's on that team. I think he's also in line with the cookage that happens on that team.
That
Um,
man's Zen is insane. That Zenyatta.
yeah,
I get domed every time I do play against him.
yeah. But I do think out of the other two, how do you think those two will be able to take home the bag? What about Croutons?
Croutons and Ember.
Yeah. How do you think? How is it doable for them? Because it is. I
I
think it
think
is.
Croutons will probably be third, but also I think Ember could just show up and do something absurd to me. Like
So
I feel like
Croutons is
yeah,
honestly with the possibility of
yeah,
um Gabe and Crovoid both being there, right?
yeah.
If Crovoid shows up, I think he's just gonna snort like G Fuel or something like that. I think that's how
Probably.
Ember can win. I think they I don't know, have a good breakfast, wake up
That's what I'm
at a good
doing.
time. I don't know.
Yeah. I feel like Ember either has to be if they want to beat Croutons and take first seed or higher, they have to be play better as a team than them or the other teams, or they have to have Crovoid and Gabe beat us focal points of the team
They might
that pushed
come out
them.
with a crazy comp. You know what I mean? Like
That
Gabe on
too.
Queen and Crovoid on Genji, and just like run up Queen Genji. Just
I love Queen Genji, man.
yeah.
So fun.
I think I think there's a chance for all of them, because
Yeah.
we've seen lower like bottom seeds come out and just
Yeah.
I don't even know.
Cosmic. You were there for that.
Yeah,
You were
I was on
asking that.
Cosmic for
That was absurd. I was like,
yeah.
what the heck happened in the bracket while I was not looking?
It turned around
And
for
then
a
you guys, and
second.
then we were playing against you guys. Were like, wait, we're playing against you guys, and then we lost. I'm like, are you kidding me? And I was like, oh, no, she play.
Oh, this is because one of the cool
Yeah,
things is about finals. Whenever there was like 7 or 8 teams, is you had no idea who was playing who, and you had no idea what the match results was unless you were
yeah,
like closely paying attention. And if you looked away for 4 seconds, the match would end and it'd be your turn. And so you had no idea who you were facing until you got into the lobby, and you'd be
yeah,
like, "Oh, are these guys? Are they on? Are they off? Because you're in the losers bracket. You don't know if they're
yeah,
they're tilted or whatever, or like what's going on." And then you,
yeah. I remember. I think I was Hurricane. I remember asking how the game goes.
I can't hear you.
Like
What? Say what?
I remember. I think I was asking Hurricane how did the game goes. Like we're out of the tournament. I was like, oh, damn. Like it sounds so chaotic, but it was so entertaining. Like
Yeah.
anything could happen.
I love finals. LAN events are so fun.
Yeah.
But yeah, I can't wait for tomorrow. I'm not gonna be able to sleep
I'm
tonight.
hyped. I'm getting good sleep. I'm getting a good breakfast. I'm listening to hype music. I'm doing everything,
Yeah,
man.
he's gonna like
I'm
be in
doing
the
really well.
shower, just like
Uh, I,
relaxing. That's what I
I'm
do. I like
good. I'm just gonna sing in the shower. I'm just gonna make sure everyone in my house hears it. Okay.
yeah, that's what I do. I like run the warm water and just like close my eyes and just like try and zone out. You know what
Real.
I mean? Yeah. So until next week, probably. Uh, hopefully we have refresh with us next time. We can talk about
We're
everything
waiting
that
on
happened
you.
at finals. We can talk about stuff like that. But yeah, see you guys later. Bye bye.
Have a good night.